I have a drink in my hand and a swimsuit on, and I gotta finish this video before I can go out there and swim, because if I miss this upload day, I don't know if I can handle it, because you guys are like my weekly dose of fun when I get to talk to you guys. So I knew like this has to get done, and of course I'm feeling very talkative. I've filmed the intros a few times and they're all really excessively long. So I'm just gonna jump into this. You guys know that I do story times, and sometimes they're about guys. Unfortunately, they're always kind of just me griping about men. No, I do want to put it out there. I have some really, really awesome guy friends, and I've met some really awesome guys, but that's a boring story. So this story time is about guys who can't handle rejection. The first guy, I'm gonna call him Max. He was actually one of my legit best friends in college. We were in a friend group together. That was my main friend group. And we were also good friends, like one-on-one. Like we would go grab dinner together, not like a date, like just on campus. You know, we were very big night owls. So we'd had all-nighters doing homework. And I remember I even helped him get a job at my wellness center where I worked at. So this was a pretty mutual friendship I felt like we had. But he would talk about his crushes, and I'd talk about my crushes, and then I got a boyfriend and I would talk about him. So I never felt weirded out by him. Always felt like that friendship was pretty genuine. And I think for a while it was. But I know, like, to give you a rundown of who Max was pretty chill. He would drink a lot. That's fine. It's just another reason why, though, I wasn't really interested in dating him. And then he was a little bit more open to pot, and then, I don't know, I don't judge that world, but I'm not really part of that world. So I just felt like there were a few things where I'm thinking, I can't date you, and I'm not even sexually attracted to you. So there's that. But even though he was easygoing, sometimes he would go off on this tangent, and it would be pretty petty. And I'd hear his side of the story, and sometimes that was the only side I got. And you would think that side would really be in favor of Max, but Max will tell me something, and I was just thinking, like, this sounds petty of you, Max. You know, but I didn't always want to jump in and judge. I was kind of more just being a friend, listening to him, because for the most part, he seemed like he had a really good heart. Oh, and before I forget, well, that's not what I was gonna do, just kidding. Before I forget, though, he also, it was kind of a running joke where he really got to know me, and he'd say, you know, it's so funny because you're not a dramatic person, Lesley, but you always seem to get yourself in drama. And if you know from my other story time videos, I'm just like an easy target for that kind of stuff. So he'd always say, like, drama just follows you around, but you're so chill, you're so cool, you're this and that. Senior year comes around, and then he texts me that he has something to tell me. And I remember that being just very weird. So I invite him to my dorm, and he confesses his love for me, which I should have just said love for me. He tells me he likes me. He likes me. And I don't know what to say, because while we're sitting on my bed, there's pictures of me and my guy still together, you know, behind me. And he was really cool about me rejecting him, because I'm thinking I have a boyfriend, and, you know, like, I'm staying with this boyfriend. And also he was just like, I just needed to get this off my chest. And I just figured it was just a phase, because maybe we had been bonding a little extra or something. He was jumping between crushes. I didn't think much of it. It was so funny, because then when he left, I came into Bree's room. I was like, oh my God, like, Max told me he has a crush on me, and she already knew he was going to do that, but she didn't want to give me a heads up. Because sometimes I think Bree just kind of likes to sit back and watch and then giggle about it later. So that's just a fun fact about Bree. So I didn't think much of it. She didn't think much of it. I was like, okay, who cares, you know. But I think it built up in his head. And of course I told my guy about this, because I tell my guy, you know, exactly what I eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I tell him everything. And my guy came to visit, and my guy didn't really care to get to know him, get to talk to him. Fine, they weren't rude to each other, but I think he realized that I had told him I think Max realized that I had told my guy that he confessed his love, and I think Max became embarrassed. And the fact that he had to keep seeing me, and the whole group then found out, it just kept embarrassing him. So I remember there was one night where I reached out to him, and I remember they had this cool ping pong table, and Bree and I were bored, and we wanted to go play water pong. So like it was a wet dorm and we were legal to drink, but it wasn't even getting into anyone's booze or anything. It's just, if you go to a party these days, nobody really plays beer pong. They might have beer off to the side, but they're playing water pong, like the cups are filled with water. So we just wanted to play a game. And he was telling me that he and his roommates didn't feel comfortable with me being alone in his dorm, which was so weird because his roommates were also the guys in the friend group. And I was like, this is just insulting. And also the fact that I would sometimes come into my dorm and he would be there, and sometimes nobody else would be there. Sometimes I'd find him in my bed taking a nap. You know, and I just didn't throw any hoopla about it because maybe I should have. He was kind of stinky when he was sometimes in my bed. It was kind of annoying. Maybe that was the beginning signs of him liking me. But I was like, oh, I think he's just trying to drive me crazy. So I was rightfully frustrated with him. I wasn't super petty over text, but I pretty much just laid it all out there. Like, I think this is just being mean and judgmental of me not being allowed to be trusted in your dorm. And he flips out. He flips out, decides we're no longer friends. He even posts a Facebook status about me, and if I can find that, because I had it screenshotted, I don't know, I've changed technologies a lot. So if I can find it, I'll put it up here on screen. And I'm just thinking, this is the most petty thing ever. This is so embarrassing for him. Nobody cares about our drama. It's not like we were homecoming king and queen on campus or dating or something. Like, nobody cares. Nobody even knows what his Facebook status is about, except for the friend group. So that was, I didn't know if that was gonna blow over or not, but I wasn't gonna let my guard down because it's like, you made a Facebook status about me. Weak. But he is still angry or over the friendship, I don't know. Okay, but it didn't stop there because guys' fragile egos rules over them. So he decides that he is going to really mess things up too with my other friends. So he finds one girl, sits her down, and is like, Lesley hates you. And I'm thinking, this stinks because I confided in him with my secrets, and I didn't hate this girl. I was just so over this girl because she lied about me providing alcohol to minors and almost got me fired. Like, that's a real reason to not want to hang out with someone. Again, though, I just stopped hanging out with her because I wasn't going to cause drama. But yeah, and so that didn't really affect me because it's like, I don't really hang out with her. So then he figured he's going to attack my roommate, whom I don't like, but I live with and share a bathroom with. And he is trying to disinvite her to things because of her association with me. And I remember I started crying, and I didn't even like this girl, but I started crying because he was bullying her. And I don't need to go into detail about that, but I mean, it just shows I still, even though I didn't like the girl, I wasn't gonna be a terrible friend to her. I felt bad for her. But that still wasn't enough. So then instead he sets that roommate down and tells her, Lesley hates you. Like, that's his opening line or something. I don't know. And she asked me, and I just own up to it because I'm not going to carry out the lies. And there was good reasoning as to why I didn't like her. She was stealing and she was cheap and she just didn't have a very good moral compass. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I don't want this association. Like, it's true. So it hurt me in a sense because it made the living situation really uncomfortable. Imagine not sharing a bathroom with someone and not ever talking to them, ever. And having that person then post really petty stuff on social media about you, so it kind of riles you up. I mean, it hurt me, but it hurt me this much. Imagine how much it hurt her. I was her best friend. She went around telling people I was her best friend, and now her confidence is shook. She was failing a class, and she was really relying on me to help her with her grades. And I'm surprised she even passed, to be honest. I'm also embarrassed that we share the same degree, but it's cool. So that was the story about Max, another guy who can't handle rejection. I feel like I'm doing more of a sit-down, chill time with you today. So if you guys like this style of story time, you gotta let me know in the comments. I never know what the cool kids want in these structured story time videos, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. So this other story that I'm gonna tell you, a little more boy drama, but this is more than just like fun. Okay, this is a little more fun than boy drama, like juicy gossip. This story is going to make you mad because I think I'm gonna be mad retelling it. Okay, I see I have him listed down as being Adam. And so my boyfriend in college had this really big friend group, guys and girls, and there was a lot more guys than girls. But anyway, so Adam was in the friend group, and I guess he and my guy were friends, but they were nowhere near close to being besties or whatnot. And my guy and I had some rough patches in the beginning because we would be long distance, and he didn't really believe in long distance, and he wouldn't commit, but he still had feelings for me, which I think is really where the tension lies. So when this issue was going on, his guy friends still wanted to include me because they liked me. Now, my guy tells me that they like me because they want to get into my pants. At this point in time, I'm excited to be invited to a party, so I don't care. So I go to this party, I realize it's not a party, it's a hangout. There's 7 people there. And I'm like one of 2 girls. So I was like, okay. And then, of course, my guy is there, my ex-guy at the time. And I'm like asking the other guy who invited me, like, why didn't you give me a heads up that he's gonna be here? This is so awkward. We're sitting at a table, and there I am, and there he is, and we're just trying to be cool, and he's low-key furious. I was feeling pretty uncomfortable at that party. So I remember somebody brought some whiskey. I had a whiskey cup. I had a second whiskey cup. I know I was feeling it a bit, but it probably looked worse because I just was so small. People were like probably thinking I'm blackout or I'm just out of it. But I clearly remember that entire night. I'm not someone who really drinks past my limits. So, it's like, I went to a party school, I can handle myself, like 2 whiskeys, that's not gonna get me down. Today, yeah, 2 whiskeys would probably get me down on the ground, rolling around. But 2, I was a champ back then. So we're in the backyard and Adam asked me if I want some water. And I said, sure. And I guess I still was a little bit like tipsy, that I didn't think it was strange that we walked to the front of the house to get water jugs from his car versus just going in the house and raiding the refrigerator. So I follow him there, and it's true, he has like containers of water, and we're chilling, and I'm actually enjoying the time because I don't want to go back to that backyard to see my ex. So I'm socializing with him, and then he just changes the subject and says that he really wants to kiss me right now. I remember this, okay? So if you're watching this, Adam, I remember this. I go on to reject Adam. I don't want to hold his hand. I don't want to kiss him. None of that. I put my foot down, but I do it super nice where I am honest with him. I say, like, I'm not going to get with my ex-boyfriend's friends. That just sounds dirty. I'm not going to do that. I didn't elaborate where I was in any way insulting him because, like I said, a guy's fragile ego, it's gonna fall apart in your hands right then and there. So I was really nice about it. I feel like I'm acting so weird on camera. I don't know. Okay. Oh well, I hope you guys like the new me. I think a lot of it is because my mind's a little fuzzy, but I typed these notes earlier today, so I'm trying to talk to you guys all personal, but then it's like, what did I write down? This year's accurate, so I want to follow it because I am a truther. My college self felt bad for him because, even though I rejected him really respectfully and kindly, I still felt bad, which sucked. I hated myself for being like that. But okay, so when he rejected me on the spot, I tried to really push forward, like, let's be friends though, let's hang out, this and that, because I know he's just gonna hook up with me and throw me away. So like, let's just be friends. And I make the mistake of, when I get home from the party, sending him a friendly text afterward. And that text message did not help my story out whatsoever. But again, it wasn't a flirty text. It wasn't really this or that. It was literally, I think, about, well, let's go to the gym and work out. Because to me, that doesn't sound like a sexy date at all. Like, that was really just me not wanting to go to the gym alone. And eventually, me and my ex got back together. Shocker. It looked so dang suspicious, that whole scenario, when I was in that front yard in his car, not even in his car, but at his car getting water. I was gone for like half an hour and everybody was talking, making his head spin because, again, guys, fragile egos, So I don't want to say like it damaged our relationship, but it came up more than once. And it didn't help that I felt like Adam knew that this would rile my guy up. So there would be in group settings and he would make comments describing my body. And to me, this was really frustrating because I know what my body looks like. And he would actually end up, his comment was the exact opposite. But he wouldn't know because I didn't hook up with Adam. So Adam's really just taking a shot in the dark, actually saying really rude, insulting things about my body that weren't even true. And then my guy was all embarrassed and mad about it. And I was like, well, now you know it's not true because he's describing the exact opposite of my body. And then, of course, my guy says, well, I think it's really weird for him to comment something like that if nothing happened. In that moment, I wanted to bang my head against the wall 1,000 times infinity. Seriously, that makes no sense. It's really Adam proving that he is lying and it's not a real thing that we did, and yet my guy is just refusing to believe it. Finally, the boy drama between us died down and we were able to just concentrate on a relationship and fight about other things, like the fact that I want to go to 2 fast food places at once and he only wants to do Popeyes. The closing note that I want to come to with Adam is I think Adam was doing this as some type of joke, something to just rile up my guy and the group, and he was bored. But also what he did was really, really sick, okay? Claiming that I hooked up with him when I didn't even hook up with him, that's just pathetic. And on top of that, he insulted my body, trying to embarrass me. I'm mad. I told you guys I'd get mad. I need to drink more. This just might make me mad and crazy. Oh, Adam, sweet Adam, if you are watching this, it's true. I didn't want to hook up with you because I didn't want to do that to my guy. But also, you say really ignorant things. And I know that you have genital herpes. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking around with me today because I might have been a little bit more troublesome, but I knew I'd miss you. So I'm gonna go swim. If you like this video, please give it a like, leave a comment, and let me know about the direction you want my story times to go because they're not going away. So I kind of just wanna know what you like, what topics, what format, this and that. Because if you stayed this long, like, you might as well just comment when you want. And subscribe to join the fam bam. I love you. I mean it. Bye.